Hello and welcome to one of our absolute favourite performance Jaguars, and honestly for anyone who drives one of these, it most likely will become one of your favourites too, because the reason why the X350 and also the X358, depending on your preference of facelift, is such a fantastic all-round Jaguar is because of what it represents in the timeline of the company. Because if you really step back and look at how the XJ, the Sovereign if you will, to a greater extent progressed over time, this is the final iteration of that classic iconic Jaguar shape. But crucially, it had the classic sensibilities in terms of styling, in terms of feeling like a luxurious British muscle car with the combination of something like a Bentley and more of an American V8 muscle car put together almost, but crucially with modern engineering advantages. So far better fuel economy even with a supercharged 4.2 litre V8. Of course, that's exactly what this car has, with, as you heard at the start of the video, an upgraded intake and exhaust system as well, which sounds absolutely phenomenal on this car. And you'll have to take our word for it unless you come and see it in person. It definitely sounds even better when you're stood next to it, and certainly when you're sat inside. Now, this particular model being finished, of course, in midnight black with that very complimentary charcoal leather interior is not going to stick around for very long, because the value for money on this car is frankly insane. This is under £10,000. Even at a time when XJRs are rocketing up in price. And yet this car comes with a documented service history behind it, still has its book pack and 2 original keys, the aforementioned upgrades, especially that Quicksilver exhaust, and its most recent keeper has had it since 2018. So clearly they have loved this car as much as its next keeper doubtless will as well. And to top it all off, you would assume that the price must be because it's covered some insane amount of miles. The reality is, no. Anyone who knows their XJRs know that it's not uncommon to find these with 100, 120, 150 plus thousand miles and still going strong. So one of the key advantages, you can use them genuinely as often as you want. This car is well under 6-figure mileage. 94,000 miles on the clock is a drop in the water for an XJR 4.2, and for those who haven't driven one of these yet, if you are looking for a performance car, certainly a luxury car as well, and one which you could genuinely use not only as a show car or a weekend special, but also potentially, honestly, as a daily driver, there are very few which are as desirable and as impressive to drive as the X350 XJR is. Everything about the car has such a satisfying feel, from the retro-styled but modern clunk that the door handles have, that satisfying chunky feeling of the gear shifter, that thick steering wheel, the large upright classic-style dash, the thick sumptuous seats. Everything about this car feels like a 1960s British muscle car, but built with every modern advantage, and that is such a fantastic combination to have. And as mentioned, this car is not going to stick around for long, so of course if you would like to reach out regarding it, of course you could send us an email via the address here on screen, or of course give us a call on 01749 871 155, or alternately on our mobile number of 07482 267 439.